Disappearance of the Hohokam people. There are few places left in the world that have an untouched southwestern Native American culture. One group specifically, the Hohokam people, have been claimed by much of our society to have vanished from the southwest around 1450. This raised much controversy for archaeologists and historians researching this ancient civilization, making them ask questions like, did they suffer from a catastrophic event, or possibly get conquered by their tribes? Although many people believe the theory that they were wiped out to be true, there are several reasons why this statement is false, and that ancestors of the Hohokam still live among us today. Some of the speculation that contributed to this theory include underestimating their intelligence and the lack of evidence that Hohokam survived to modern times. The actual downfall of the Hohokam people started with heavy flooding of their canals and crops in the mid-1300s. As the civilization grew in population size, their famous canal system was no longer sufficient to its people. Resulting from the flooding, much of the unreinforced canals were weakened. After this period of time of natural destructive setbacks, it became apparent to the Hohokam people that life would become impossible due to the inability to farm and reproduce for their people. This affected the whole tribe, causing people to abandon their posts at villages and towns running along the now useless water channels until they were all living together. Eventually, the drought became such an apparent problem that the Hohokam was forced to migrate elsewhere completely and evacuate the southwest because of the damage being done to the ecosystem in the surrounding areas. As scientists and anthropologists alike researched the mystery behind their disappearance, information was eventually discovered at institutions such as the University of Arizona and the University of Washington. The theory proposed that through the study of tree rings in the area, it is evident that there was noticeable depletion of water in the area at the height of their disappearance. One could imagine that due to this shortage, several villages and their people would begin to break up in groups and search for other resources amongst the nearing lands in which they lived. As droughts became more severe in the tribe's area, migration slowly began taking place southward that resulted in a mixing of Pima natives and cultures. Along with this intercultural relationship came new ways of farming and advanced art. The migration seemed forthcoming and planned due to the fact that the Hohokam people were typically innovative and perseverant people that, when faced with drought and other natural boundaries, managed to survive and prosper. Considering all the information and evidence from their disappearance, it became evident to historians that the Hohokam people are far from dead, but are remembered through various cultural practices and influence that are performed today. As long as we continue to study this early culture and their influence on modern Western society, they cannot truly be forgotten.